Hi, my name is Phoebe Goodman. I've been a direct support worker as part of my career for more than 15 years. I'm part of the Massachusetts Direct Support Professionals Conference Committee, a group of professionals from the human services field who organize a conference biennially that recognizes the hard work of direct support professionals in Massachusetts. It's been a hard year for everyone, and we've all been affected in different ways. We realize when there's a lot of darkness surrounding us, the light peeking through shines even more brightly. Seeing the dedication, strength, and willingness to sacrifice your own safety to ensure the health and wellness of the people you support has been inspiring and uplifting. You have been there when they've needed you the most. Each speaker in this video wanted to express their gratitude to you, an essential direct support worker. Please watch these sincere messages of appreciation for all of your hard work over these trying months. On behalf of the Direct Support Professionals Conference Committee, we thank you and hope you take these messages to heart.
Hey, direct support professionals in Massachusetts and elsewhere. My name is Peter Leidy, and I was hoping to see you this fall in October at your conference, but as you know, things are changing these days, and plans are changing, and so now I'm hoping that I'll get to see you a year from October, so in 2021. But for now, what I really want to do is just give a quick message of thanks for what you do. Thank you for showing up in people's lives day after day in some difficult times that we're going through right now, especially. But more than showing up, thanks for believing in positive possibilities for people that you're supporting. Thank you for seeing the whole person beyond the labels, right? The person who has these gifts to offer their community. And thank you for helping your communities see that the communities, grow stronger by valuing the contributions made by people you support and by you, by recognizing those gifts, by including people in the heartbeat of the community. Thanks for your work to understand that people, all of us, all people, need real relationships, friendships, and intimacy, and people who have our backs, and people who celebrate us and with us, and also who put up with us when we're hard to deal with sometimes, when it's not easy. Thank you for making a difference in the life of another person and welcoming the difference that person makes in your life and in you, because I mean, isn't it amazing when you're changed by the person, when you have those moments where someone just blows you away by saying something or doing something that really just makes your day. It amazes you, and it feeds your soul. So you're the changer and you're the changed. You contribute to the growth of another person, and they contribute to your growth. So in 1985, I got to help a man named Darwin Ness move out of a state institution here in Wisconsin. He was 55 at the time, and he had been placed there when he was 8 years old. So you can do the math. Well, one of the people that we hired to be on Darwin's support team was a guy named Randy Wilkins. And Randy was a college student at the time looking for some work to help get through school. And eventually, Randy was working full-time with Darwin, and their lives were changing. Darwin was thriving as a community member in his neighborhood, in his church, at work, and Randy had found his calling. He had found his home, his career as a direct support professional. So now it's 2020, and Darwin just turned 90 years old in May. He still lives in his home in our community, about 2 miles that way. And Randy is still there. He's the anchor of Darwin's support team 35 years on. So when I think of you out on the East Coast, and I imagine you, because I don't know you, but I imagine you making these commitments and supporting people through the really difficult times that we're going through with pandemic and injustice and violence and despair. And you keep showing up because you believe that there's a good future ahead for people, and you know how important your role is. I think of you, and I think of the spirit of Darwin and Randy and their determination to never give up, to always celebrate freedom, something that's so important to Darwin, to always celebrate freedom and community and to honor the relationship that's developed, each knowing they've been changed as they've helped the other change. My friend and colleague Tom Kohler, who's from Savannah, Georgia, might put it this way. He might say, Darwin, a guy lost to community and lost from his family for 47 years, had Randy come into his life and he kidnapped him. Darwin kidnapped Randy in the best possible way. I mean that in a very positive way. Darwin's like, you're going with me now. Come on, man. We got work to do. So I hope you let yourself be kidnapped in this kind of way, whether for a while, for a couple of years, for 5 years, for 10 years, or maybe Randy style for 35 years. So thank you for what you do. There isn't any more important work on this planet, in my opinion, than what you do. See you next year.
My name is Jane Ryder, and I am the Commissioner of the Department of Developmental Services. The work of direct support professionals has always been so vital in the work we do in supporting over 44,000 individuals and their families across the state of Massachusetts. I know of the work you do supporting individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, ensuring that they are heard and seen in their communities. You take the time to truly know each individual you support, and you make an incredible difference in their lives. I have firsthand experience of the difference you make. My brother Mark is supported by DDS, and my entire family has seen the difference in his life because of direct support professionals. He calls them his advocates because it is clear he knows that they are looking out for him. I know I do not have to tell you how the COVID-19 pandemic has gripped our lives, every aspect of our lives, our work, our family, our friends. And the work all of you have done through this crisis is simply outstanding. The individuals you all support have been some of our most vulnerable because of their age and underlying health conditions. In the places where you work, these are where multiple people live. You and your colleagues come and go throughout the day. And unfortunately, these are the conditions where there is the utmost concern in the potential of this virus spreading. Back in March, when we were all still learning about COVID-19, to wear a mask, not to wear a mask, you were there. When we basically shut everything down, closed day programs, stopped visitation, you were there. When the individuals you support were confused, isolated from their friends and families, you were there. And when your colleagues were struggling with their own anxiety, fear, and uncertainty, you were there. And as we introduce a slow and cautious opening of services, you continue to be there. I know that you make a difference in the lives of the people we support each and every day. And your thoughts and suggestions on how DDS can improve services will always be important to me, and I want to hear from you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for being there. Please stay safe. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brianna Matheson, and I'm a program director with Community Systems. I would like to first thank all the direct support professionals for everything that you do each day, but especially for the work that you have done during the pandemic. As a program director, I get to witness amazing things each day. And what has been most amazing is the work and the support that has been provided during this pandemic. When we were first faced with the pandemic, our CEO asked us to keep people safe by minimizing exposure. And what that meant was that shifts needed to be at least 24 hours long, if not more, really limiting it to 7 shift changes a week. So many staff, without hesitation, stepped up to pick up a 24-hour shift, to pick up a 3-day shift, 4-day shift, some moving in for a week at a time, some moving in for 2 weeks at a time, some people moving in for the entire time. Many people also invited the people we support into their homes to keep them safe and minimize exposure. And so there's a few stories I would like to share with you. The first would be about Anna and Megan. Anna and Megan stepped up at a time where they didn't know what was going to happen. A person we support was diagnosed with coronavirus, and what needed to happen was for 2 employees to stay in this home for 2 weeks to keep this person safe and the people who she shares her home with. And Anna and Megan, without hesitation, stepped in to a house that they knew that somebody had the virus. And were they fearful? Yes, they were fearful. They didn't know what would happen during that 2 weeks, but they did it without hesitation because they truly value the people we support, and they value our mission, and they drive our mission. Another story I'd like to share is about 2 employees named Justin and Ashley who invited 2 people we support into their home. They asked. We didn't even ask. They came to us and said, we would like for these 2 men to stay with us. And those 2 men were so happy living with Ashley and Justin for 3 months. And we are just so grateful to Ashley and Justin for providing the best possible support to them. Lastly, I would like to share a story about an employee named Jessica who stepped up to move her entire family into a home that 3 ladies live in. And what was just so amazing was how her family just so easily adapted to living there, and how much happiness you could see in her family and you could see in the ladies who we support. And this just goes to show that people can live differently. A group home is not always the answer. And I'm just so grateful to all of our employees who work for this amazing agency for the work that they've done and the work they continue to do to keep people safe. So again, I would like to thank all the direct support professionals. You're appreciated, and I hope that somebody tells you that no matter what. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patty, and I just wanted to say thank you to all our direct support professionals throughout the agency during this very difficult time. My brother Mark his home is in Abington, and it's been 15 really terrific years. But what we're faced with right now with this pandemic, the last 5 months has been very difficult, not being able to get into Mark's home, and thankfully he is allowed out now. But I do want to say, extend my thank you and how appreciative I am to all of our direct support professionals as you leave your families and the people you love to come in and provide care for someone that I love. It truly means a lot. I've been appreciative throughout Mark's 15 years at his home. It's been terrific, and but during this time where it's heightened and it's scary, I do want to let you know how much I do appreciate you and how thankful I am to have you. So we continue on, and I look forward to a time where we can look back and actually say, remember when and how we got through that. So I do thank you, and look forward to moving forward and when things are much better.
Hi, I'm Leo Sarkissian with the ARC of Massachusetts. the largest advocacy organization in the nation and state that works with and on behalf of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The ARC began with families, building, forging a future, and staff joined in to become partners in that effort to advance lives, to build new opportunities. And you, as DSPs, you are the foundation of those opportunities. What you do every day makes such a difference in people's lives because you acknowledge them. You also say, okay, what can I do to help you take your next steps today? How can I be supportive? And for those who can't use words, you have to be good at learning messages, glances. Most of all, during this COVID crisis, you have been on the front lines picking up the pieces, all kinds of pieces. Whether it's been health, whether it's been isolation and what comes with that and fears, helping family members who may miss their loved ones that you're supporting, or perhaps you've been going into homes, or perhaps you've been that employment support that helps that essential worker who happens to have a disability. To me, it's pretty clear what a measure of a man or woman are. It's something Martin Luther King said. It's not who you are in times of comfort, but it's where you stand as a man and woman in times of challenge and controversy. Thank you for standing during such a challenging time. We're with you.
This is a message for direct support professionals throughout the state of Massachusetts and beyond. We will miss seeing you this year at Seacrest, but we are not going to miss this opportunity to appreciate you, to honor you with our deepest regard and respect for all that you are, and particularly all that you have been this year in this time of historic disruption and challenges that none of us have seen or faced until now. Your essential nature has been clearer than ever. Your reliability, your compassion, your care, the ways that you hold the quality of people's lives in your hands, both the smallest of details and the largest issues of life, and love, concern, dreams, hopes, and uncertainty. And when I think about these qualities in you, I'm so reminded of this other meaning of the word corona, which, as you may or may not know, are the rays that shine from the sun, the little flares that are not really that visible. And Jack Yates helped me understand this. They're not as visible until an eclipse, when darkness comes, and those rays, those flares shine more brightly than ever. That is you. Your goodness, your dignity, your honor, your respect of people and the circumstances you're in. It is as if you have been this corona. You have been seen more clearly than ever. And it's not unlike this symbol behind me, a milagro, which is a universal symbol of love, of protection, of healing, of courage. Perhaps courage the most important, like these flares. Courage is only made visible in the face of fear. It's courage, it's love, it's care that sends us into the fire. And you have gone into that fire over and over and over again in the face of worries about your own contagion, the issues of your families, your own families, people with disabilities you support who have been anxious and concerned and so weary too, isolated and bored. Their families who've been so concerned, who've been unable to see them. Who has been there? Who has had courage throughout all of this? It's you. And so I hope we come through this time with a deep appreciation of how essential you are more than ever for your beating heart alive with passion fueled by care, who responds with the courage of a warrior in the face of this kind of difficulty. And may we increase our collective capacity to see you with the eyes of the heart, to understand the inherent dignity and worth of each of you who serve with compassion and care. And may we know that you are the sun and you are the light. And may we do everything in our power to create the conditions in which you thrive, both way beyond now, after this is over, wherever we find ourselves. May we know and see and honor this light from now until we're all together again. Please take care.
Hi, my name is Mark Leonard. I'd like to talk about two of my staff, Lucy Farrar and Bruce Campbell. Lucy Farrar is one of our staff and Bruce Campbell is our house manager. They stayed with us during COVID-19 stay-in-place order for 4 to 5 days straight. They did not have to. They left their families at home to do so and keep us safe. And we played games, went for walks, we even spent time making meals and watching movies. They made a nervous time seem not so bad. They kept us positive with positive thoughts. Our staff made us feel safe, and safe we were. I appreciate all they have done and all they continue to do. It's nice to know people care about us. Our staff, even though they were not working, they came by to see us and even called us, which made us feel so good. It brought a smile to all of our faces just to see them. We told them we miss you, and they said the same. This video is for you, so thank you for all that you do. It's well appreciated.
Hi, I'm Russell Greenleaf, a residential supervisor in Scituate for Southeastern Residential Services. One of my earliest memories of my 14 years as a DSP is being told that we work a thankless job. For many years I carried that with me, and it affected my passion for the job and my performance. Fortunately, through positive mentors and supervisors, I came to see that statement was false. And with more clarity, came to realize that without ever saying it, the persons I supported were thanking me too. I'm grateful for those that opened my eyes, and it's important to me that I do that with those that I mentor and supervise too. My short time as a house manager has been during one of the most difficult periods of our profession. Yet if you came to Scituate, the home of the men we support, you'd never know it. Supporters are just as eager to offer and provide deeper care, and they're fully aware of the larger hole opened in the men's lives as a result of this crisis. They've asked questions, taken numerous changes in stride, and they remain vigilant, providing stimulating and fulfilling days. Even when the presumed answer was no, staff would go above and beyond to create opportunities for friends to meet safely in person. As well, when the home was devastated by loss, they persisted. Despite limited options, they were able to honor their friends using modern technology and bringing together a lot of people in solace. For that and many reasons more, direct support staff deserve our gratitude before all else. Many are still working this job thinking it's thankless. To get the best from them, we have to remind them of their importance. So I'm grateful to the Direct Support Professionals Conference for doing that for so many over the years, including myself in 2018. So think of that feeling after a tough day when someone took the time to show appreciation for your resilience and patience, and share that with someone else, because you never know whose eyes you could be opening. Thank you.
We wanted to share our appreciation and gratitude for all of our DSPs by saying
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I'd like to take a moment to thank all the direct care support professionals out there, much like the ones that I have the absolute pleasure of overseeing here at BMC, who have done such amazing work now during the COVID-19 pandemic, but also just all the time in the human services field. You guys have such incredible dedication, passion, and empathy for our person served, not only looking out for their physical needs, but also caring for them emotionally, helping them get through hard times, helping them have fun, and find ways to enrich their lives, and not only focusing on their health, but also their well-being of their minds, bodies, and souls. We couldn't do it without you guys. You do incredible work, and I hope you take some time out for yourselves, a little self-care, so you can come back refreshed and ready to continue doing the amazing work that you always do. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot about the mask. This is David Petoniak. I'm so honored to be welcomed by Jack to provide a bit of a video for direct support professionals out there who are doing such amazing work during this pandemic. I'm actually in what I call the root cellar, and it's below the ground, and the reason I'm here is because so many people have shrunk away during these difficult times, but not direct support professionals. They have risen to the occasion, helping people out during incredibly difficult times, and I and so many people are so thankful to you for your service. Please be safe, take good care of you, and take care of those people you care so much about. We're all have deep gratitude.
Hi, my name is Rick Garrier, and I'm the Senior Director at Beaverbrook STEP. And on behalf of Ginny Conley and the rest of the executive team, I'm very proud to do this video for you all. Obviously, these past several months have been an unprecedented time in our history, and the COVID-19 pandemic has challenged us all to reimagine many parts of our lives that we previously took for granted. As we enter the 6th calendar month of this pandemic, I'm proud to say that due to the dedication of our direct support professionals, we've been able to persevere and continue to provide quality care and support. Your selfless commitment to the individuals we serve has been an inspiration to both people inside and outside of our agency. During these past months, we've seen our direct support professionals perform countless acts of bravery and compassion. Our selfless staff continued to provide crucial care to our individuals, often balancing that challenging task at work with care and concern for their families. Some of our direct support professionals volunteered to quarantine in place with COVID-19 positive individuals, being there for them when they needed them the most. Our dedicated day service staff seamlessly transitioned into residential programming. They provided critical care and support while individuals were sheltering in place. Even now, those same staff are welcoming back individuals to the day programs professionally and safely. Your dedication to serving others is a hallmark of true leadership and is a steadying force for our individuals, many of whom are struggling to understand and process this new reality. At the outset of the pandemic, Governor Baker described you and many other frontline professionals as essential. There is no more perfect word to describe who you all are and what you mean to Beaverbrook STEP, and especially to the individuals that you take the time, care, and compassion to work with day in and day out. So for that, all we can say is thank you.
I would like to thank my staff that helped us through this tough times of needs, and I always like to thank them the most to help us out in the group home now. And also, they were wonderful when they were here, and I hope they come back too. And I thank BMZ again for helping too. And BMZ is the best group homes ever.
Hey DSPs, my name is Robin Carlson, and I've been a DSP for 36 years and thoroughly know how important your work is in helping people with disabilities live a good life. At 57 years old, I sometimes question whether I chose the right career. Should I have gone into teaching, nursing, psychology, or even the ministry? Because all of those things are part of our daily work. And you probably get paid a little bit more. But in my heart, the answer is no. I chose the right career. As COVID-19 wreaks havoc around the world, and the Black Lives Matter movement is calling for racial equality, and our political climate threatens to divide us as a nation, people with disabilities and their families have been fighting for their civil rights since the day they were born. People with disabilities are well versed in discrimination, segregation, poverty, low-grade education, lack of good health care, brutality, and even death. So our daily work is part of a social justice movement too. We are essential workers in our communities because without us, people would perish. It is important for us to see the inherent value in the people we serve in order to secure hope for a compassionate society where all means all people will be treated with dignity and respect. DSPs, you are freedom fighters and social justice activists. You are amazing humans doing very worthy work. Be proud, stay strong, and keep fighting the good fight. Good job. Thank you.
Albert Schweitzer said, "The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others." This quote is fitting because it's what you do as a direct support worker. On behalf of the Massachusetts Direct Support Professionals Conference Committee, I want to thank you for taking the time to view this video. We hope these messages of appreciation help to recognize the incredible work that you do.